Hi, my name is Abby Radovich, and today I'll be showing you how to make Easter egg string art. String art is a process of taking different colored string and looping them around nails to create different patterns, such as zigzag and diagonal. There are so many themes that can be created using string art that it's customizable for every person. However, depending on the theme and size of your picture, it may take longer and require more string. But the result is a beautiful piece of artwork that can be hung up as decoration in your room or in your house. Here are the items that you'll need for this project. For this project, you're going to need a hammer, a pair of scissors, some Scotch tape, a tape measure or ruler, finishing nails, different colored string, a printout of an Easter egg, and a wood board. Now that you have all your items, let's get started. The first thing you want to do when creating your project is going to be to find a printout of an Easter egg. This is the one that I'm going to be using today. I chose one that didn't have a lot of detail in it, so that way it wouldn't take as long, but feel free to choose one that has more detail or less detail than this one. Once you find the Easter egg that you are going to use, make sure that you print it big enough that it can be centered in the wood, but also making sure that it won't hang over and that it's not too big. The next step is going to be to tape your Easter egg down. I'm going to put 2 pieces of tape, one on either side of the egg. This is just to make sure that when you go to hammer in the nails, it won't move on you. This is what it should look like. It's in the center, but it's not hanging over, and there's still some board showing, but majority has been covered. The next step is going to be to grab your tape measure or ruler. What you're going to do is you're going to take your board and you're going to measure the thickness of the board. Mine's about 1/2 inch. Keep that measurement in mind because that's the amount that you can hammer your nail in without it going through the back of the board. The next step is going to be to grab your hammer and your nails. The nails I'll be using today are finishing nails that are 1.25 inches long. I'm also keeping in mind the 1/2 inch measurement that I just took to make sure I don't hammer the nails too far in to where they'll stick out of the back of the board. For this step, it is very important that you pay attention to what you're doing and that you're very careful to not get an injury, especially since you're using hammer and nails. So what you're going to do for this step is you're going to take your nails and your hammer and you're going to create a border on the outside of your egg and a border for the details on the inside. As you can see, I have pre-poked holes inside of my picture, going around the border of the egg and then putting one on each corner of the chevron stripe. So now I'm going to take one of my nails, holding it in place, I'm going to tap it in with the hammer. I'm also going to grab my tape measure to see about how long I've nailed it in. So because my board is 1/2 inch thick and my nails are 1.25 inch long, I want to make sure that the nail is showing 1 inch above the board, which it is. So now I'm going to take another one of my nails and put it in another spot that I have marked. Following the same process of holding a nail in place and hammering it in, making sure that it stays 1 inch above the board, which it is, I'm going to continue to do this pattern all around the border. This is what it should look like so far. Now I'm going to show you how to do the chevron patterns inside. So again, you're going to take your nail, holding it in place, you're going to put it at one of the corners of the chevron. Continuing to be careful so that way you don't hurt yourself. Grabbing my tape measure again, and it is 1 inch off the board. You don't have to measure the nails every time. Once you get in a pattern, you start to feel out how tall the nails are, but I like to check just to make sure. So I'm going to take another one of my nails and go to another corner. So now I have placed 2 more nails on the corners of my chevron stripes, and I'm going to continue to do this on this row right here and this one as well. So now that you have all of the nails in your board, this is what it should look like. As you can see, I've done the borders of both the detail on the inside and the outside of the egg. So now that you're done with your hammer and nails, you can go ahead and put those aside. The next thing you want to go ahead and grab is your string. This is going to be for the next step, but first you got to take the paper off of the board. So you're going to gently remove the tape. And this next step is very important. So you can't have the paper on the board whenever you go to do your string, so you need to remove the paper. What you're going to do is you're going to pull it off of the nails, but you want to make sure that you do this carefully because the nails may come out if they're not in there far enough. I find it easier to move around instead of trying to pull it up in one direction. That way you're loosening each section of the paper. Once you have removed your picture, go ahead and set it aside. It'll be used later as a template for when you get to your string. This is what it should look like when the paper comes off. You can't really tell it's an egg yet, but we're going to add some different colors of string and really make it pop. So the colors I chose today are going to be blue, pink, and purple. I'm going to choose to use the pink and the purple as the detail colors, which are the chevron stripes right here. And I'm going to use the blue as the egg, which is the black parts right here. Then I'm going to finish it off by outlining it in black. So the first thing you're going to do is grab your pink string. Then you're going to look at your template and line up to where your nails are that are going to be involved in the first chevron pattern. I'm choosing to do the pink as the top chevron pattern. So I'm going to match on my nails. I'm going to choose one of the nails that are involved in the pattern, and I'm going to make a double knot around it with the string.